Ryan, I came into a gift card recently, a Scooters gift card. Not super helpful for me because I'm not a big coffee guy. But, I'm not going to say no. It was a gift, as the
And a
name would
card.
suggest. But I saw something on there that I haven't seen on other gift cards. It said on there, protect this card as you would cash. And I think that's an interesting kind of command almost to say, hey, you need to protect this as you would. I mean, it feels, I don't know exactly how to feel about it. Is Scooters, maybe putting a little bit more emphasis on the gift card than they should be? Say this is basically liquid. This cash. This is maybe even more valuable than
you
cash.
walk into a gas station, pull out your Scooters gift card, like here you go.
Yeah. Say no. This is equivalent.
It's. Did you not read it? It says
you protect this like you would cash, so it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Unrelated, I saw kind of a Brinks armored vehicle was probably carrying a good amount of Scooters gift card in there.
Maybe.
Yep. But anyway, I think what they weren't counting on is that I don't protect my cash very well. And so I lost that gift card's gone. It's gone in the wind.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. See you later.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 16 of 3 a.m. in the afternoon, presented by your hosts, Nathan Gentry and myself. We're bringing another action-packed episode to you again. We're once again doing the intro after the episode because we kind of just start and we kind of just get going. So we know what's going to happen, I guess, is one way to put it.
It was, pretty just right off the bat and getting into it this week.
It's a good one. Energy was high.
Yeah.
And hope you enjoy it.
I would say one of our better episodes. Maybe the best yet, if I do say so,
right.
Without having listened to it back yet. So we'll see if that holds. But anyway. You're on a pink lemonade craze. Do you think it's different than regular lemonade?
No, not really.
Yeah, what's the story with pink lemonade?
What's up with that? I don't know. What even is it?
Seems like they just added food coloring, which seems
a little bit
like a bit of a cop out to me. But
what kind of fruit is it supposed to be?
Lemon.
But are they pink lemons? I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't.
Me neither.
I don't think they're aiming for realism here. I think they're just, hey, pink's a fun
with so
color.
Many other real sodas, soft drinks on the market.
Dr.
Mountain
Pepper.
Dew.
Yeah, sure.
They've got some stiff competition in that regard.
They do. That's dew straight from the mountain.
Icy fruit punch.
And this is aid straight from the pink lemons.
That's right.
And that's where we're at. Good stuff.
So I've actually had a full cup of this already. This was a refill.
Whoa.
I don't know if that's allowed.
You are on a lemonade craze.
I know.
That's crazy, dude.
What I've been saying.
Is that allowed?
People were not believing me.
They're like, is he going up for a second?
He's
going up for a second.
I kind of walked up there like hiding my cup. Like, I wasn't here before. This is my first time.
Yeah. You walk up to the stand and you act like you're grabbing another cup, and then you pull the same cup out of your pocket.
Yeah.
That would be much smoother, I think.
Sure.
Especially because it looks like you're getting a second cup. It looks like you're taking a first cup, actually, is what I should say. Which seems more illegal than getting a refill.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to have a little right now.
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, he just did it.
So good.
That's the whistle of a good lemonade right there.
You heard it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on those lids?
I was initially opposed.
Like years ago.
Years ago, as in last year.
Sure. Year ago.
And now I warmed up to them.
Yeah.
I'm in favor.
Sure. I feel like I've had the opposite course charted over my life. I remember the first time that I drank from a lid like that. It was in Chicago's O'Hare Airport at Johnny Rockets.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good time. I really enjoyed it because it felt like I was more adult in nature.
Okay.
It felt like I was drinking
at the Johnny Rockets.
Yeah, it felt like I was drinking a coffee or something. Something where you could only have limited quantities at a time. But I was drinking water is what I was doing.
Okay.
Where you can have as much as you want at any point in time. Now, I'm not necessarily negative on them, but I'm not positive. That's for sure.
You're neutral.
I would say I'm neutral. So
leaning negative.
Yeah, from a very positive to a lean negative. That's for sure.
Okay, so it's on a decline.
It is
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my reasoning behind it is I like for one, maybe let's start with the environmental.
Okay.
No straw. That's cool.
Okay.
It's just the straw is like built in to the lid.
How did the turtles cope with these? Do you think they are all right with them?
I think they love them. To be honest,
they start drinking out of them too. Actually.
Yep.
You give a turtle a lid like that, it knows what to do right away.
It goes crazy.
It's a natural response.
Yeah. Yep.
So the straw is built in. That's
it is. And in terms of limiting the amount of quantity, I mean,
it doesn't seem to be doing much.
Like I told you, this is my second cup. I don't know that it's really doing all that much in that regard.
Yeah.
If anything, it stops me from spilling on myself
because you're just going so crazy with it.
It's just nonstop. So
without this lid, you would be pink, just head to toe.
To be fair, that did happen to me the other day.
Oh no! What?
Yeah,
with pink lemonade.
With pink lemonade, but the interesting thing about that was that pink lemonade. Something about that day, there wasn't like carbonated water. Enough carbonated water in there. So it really just tasted like, or maybe it was the other way around. I think there wasn't enough syrup in the carbonated water.
Hold up. Is there carbonated water in pink lemonade?
Yeah.
What? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
Okay, then there wasn't enough water.
Okay, not enough water. A lot of syrup.
A lot of syrup.
Or whatever it is, yeah.
Or it might have been the other way around. I think it was too much water and not enough syrup.
Sure.
And I'm just so to compensate for that, I'm trying to get as much as possible because one drink isn't giving me enough lemonade.
Yeah.
So I'm taking like 3 drinks at once to the point where the cup is basically vertical.
Right.
Like
right.
It's perpendicular to the ground, parallel to my body at this point.
Right.
And
we went parallel.
Don't do that.
Right.
When that happens, the lid tends to come off and the remaining drink sort of just fell on my white pants.
Sure. Oh, no.
Yeah.
White pants.
But like I said, it wasn't as bad as you think because it was mainly water.
That makes more sense.
Pink.
Yeah. Not pink. The water to pink ratio was off that day.
Yeah.
But there we go. So it was kind of just a light pink.
It was a slight discoloration. I'm not sure anyone noticed.
Yeah.
If anything, they just saw my wet pants.
Yeah, which is so much better than having pink pants.
And frankly, it probably was worse because how do you get away? Like, oh, I spilled pink lemonade.
I was trying to get more of the syrup from each drink.
Yeah.
So I went vertical.
You spilled pink lemonade on your white pants that don't look pink.
I'm not saying anything.
Come on, man.
The story doesn't check out. The alibi.
Yeah.
You're going to need a witness for sure.
And your name is also Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Come on. Lion Ryan. That's what they call him.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's can't get enough of that stuff. There you go. Well, I'm glad that the syrup situation got handled.
The ratio was greatly improved.
Here's something that I'm a little confused by.
Okay.
Went to Red Robin. Why did I do that?
That was my first question.
Yeah. No, went to Red Robin. This is the norm. And, lady comes up, taking our order, say, what can I get you to drink? I'm a water by default guy.
Yep.
This is kind of my, Steve Jobs had the black turtleneck. I've got water. And a lot of other people have waters. But
you can claim that as yours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm claiming it right now. So get on that. But, I don't want to think about what I want to drink, so just water by default. Anyway, so I'm not really paying attention. She said, yeah, we've got, Coke products, whatever. Now our carbonated water machine is broken. So we just have Coke and Sprite. So here's what I'm thinking. And you might be thinking this too. How do you have Coke and Sprite if you don't have carbonated water? Is this flat?
You read my mind. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Syrup? What are we doing here? And I was going to ask, but I'm like, I don't really want to get into this. all the technicalities. I'm just going for a water. So it doesn't really matter to me.
So you order Coke and then they say, now we don't have Coke exactly. We got Coke syrup.
Right.
All right.
Right. You have Coke Zero? No. No, the opposite of that.
I
actually.
wish.
Yeah, it's more calories.
Yeah.
Way more. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what was going on. Our working theory was that they only had a certain percentage capacity. So they're like, we only got 20% carbonation. We need to divert.
We're allocating that all to Coke and Sprite.
Yeah, we're going all in on the fan favorites, which were Coke and Sprite, apparently. They're like, we got a cola and a non-cola, and that's really your options.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to the early
Really
days of
consolidated.
soda, maybe. Yeah.
What are other Coke products? I can't even think of any.
Diet Coke. Coke Zero.
Got
Coke
me
Zero
there.
sugar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep them coming.
I think like Fanta.
Fanta?
Some others for sure. They got Powerade.
Oh.
They got
at a restaurant?
Well, I don't think they have it out there, but that is a Coke product.
Not that day, definitely.
Definitely not. No, the carbonated water was out, so we can't have Powerade. But
and there's definitely carbonated water in Powerade.
There is. Yeah, it's very similar to pink lemonade.
Like
in that
lemonade.
sense. Yeah. Hey, maybe there is carbonated water in pink lemonade. That's what turns it pink. The lemon cuts out the bubbles, but it turns it pink in response. I think that's maybe what's going on.
That same theory probably applies to Powerade too.
Yeah, exactly. It's just different flavors. If you want the blue flavor, that's going to turn it blue.
Okay. We figured it out.
Or whatever.
Don't tell code.
Yeah, exactly. We will be launching a competitor for sure.
Yep.
Called Huskerade. Apparently, Gatorade started at Nebraska, and then Florida took it.
I don't believe that.
That's what my tour guide told me. So,
Kool-Aid started in Nebraska.
That's sure,
for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know about Gatorade.
Yeah, I don't really either. Didn't look it up, but right. He said Nebraska and Florida used to have shared summer practices, and I guess Florida sly like a gator is what they say, and they just took that right for themselves.
Maybe,
or maybe this is just a tall tale. Whatever the case, you could probably use that on your walks here, on your tours.
All right, I'll just start spreading misinformation.
Yeah, do it
on my tours.
That when you need to fill some time, why not spread some misinformation?
I did until you mentioned that, I did kind of forget about the Kool-Aid thing. Maybe I will talk about that since I know it's actually true.
Yeah, sure, you could do that. Say there's a rumor that Gatorade started here. Don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
like Kool-Aid.
Well, let me tell you about Kool-Aid. Yeah,
that's
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah. I say, we got a lot of construction on campus. you walk by, you're like, you know what?
You ever had Kool-Aid?
Yeah. So you would not believe what happened here. It was a tragedy.
Yeah.
But you ever heard of Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid Man broke out of the Kool-Aid lab.
Yeah. And now this was a lab.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be the new athletic training facility. Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully our athletes get strong enough to break out themselves. But,
yeah, we'll see.
The Kool-Aid Man's pretty powerful.
Hey, get him on the team, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Running back.
Born and raised in Nebraska.
Yeah, homegrown Husker right there.
So did you go to the game then?
Well, if you define the game as half of the game, then I did. I went and for the first half. For those of you who don't know, we played Oklahoma this past Saturday. It did not go great, to say the least. Now, we told you that Georgia Southern is a team that we lost to, a no-name school. Oklahoma is a named school.
It's a state, too.
Yeah. In fact, it's a numbered school. They're number 6 in the nation.
Yes.
And they put up some numbers on us, is what they did.
Okay.
But let me tell you, it was kind of a tale of 2 sections. The first drive, kickoff to Oklahoma, get a stop. We're going crazy because we didn't really get a stop that whole last game.
Sure.
So this is new for us, and it's a better team. Then the next drive, march down the field, score a touchdown immediately. The energy is unreal, Ryan.
The stadium, yeah, it's unmatched.
I was like, we might be the best team in college
might
football.
win.
We might win the Natty this year.
We're going championships.
Yeah, exactly. We might never lose again. The next drive, we stop them until third down, and then they have about a 75-yard run to score a touchdown, and that was about the end of the energy because ever since then it just went way downhill. So we missed you there. Maybe you would have had an impact.
As you know, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Unless maybe I was there and just didn't want to stand by you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I actually wasn't there.
Sure, that's good to hear. That's reassuring.
I'll talk about why later.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I actually would have made a difference. You like to think as a spectator that you are helping the team.
Yeah. Yes.
Home court advantage, home field advantage, or whatnot.
Right.
But I find it hard to believe that my presence at the venue would have negated I think more than 40 point difference.
Yeah, something like that.
So
it would have been tough.
Tough times for sure.
Really, all you needed was you needed to help stop on that third down, stop him from running 75 yards. And I think you might have done that. You might have tipped the scales.
Just need to stop him that one time, and then and then
the next time too. But
sure.
At that point, you got the momentum going. Because one drive, it takes 3 drives. That's the saying.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
So how about my friend was telling me about this. The halftime show.
Didn't stay for that.
You didn't stay for that.
No,
okay.
No.
Well, then you missed it too.
Okay.
My friend was the way she described it. It sounded pretty cool.
Okay.
Apparently, they reenacted a part of the Oklahoma versus Nebraska game from several years ago. I forget which year.
Sure.
But part of it involved a member of the band throwing a ball to like 30 yards to someone else.
Okay.
And I'm sitting here thinking, put him on the team.
Get him in there.
Get him in there.
Maybe. Just, hey, stick around for the second half.
Get out of that uniform, change into your pads, and let's get you on the field.
Yeah. Wow. That's exhilarating.
And then the way that she said, the band director basically went to everyone in the band and said, hey, did anyone play high school football?
Sure.
If you did, we're getting you in on this.
Yeah.
And why can't we just do that for the entire football team?
Yeah. I mean, they might be moving more towards that. You've seen it. They in between the first and second quarters, they've got a kick for cash program.
That's right.
Where they take someone out of the crowd and see if they can kick a field goal.
Yeah.
I think it might be some tryouts.
Sure.
Maybe. And so maybe we just keep doing that.
Did they make it?
They did this time.
Oh, wow.
That was the first time. I think it's maybe the other theory that I had was that they're trying to show you that it's not as easy as it looks.
Okay.
Because the first 2 times it's been pretty poor.
Yeah.
They're kicking a 25-yard field goal, which relatively is pretty, well, that's not true. I think it's from the 25-yard line. So it's actually like 35 yards or whatever. I don't know. But it's not a long field goal. So far, 0 for 2 going into this week. Then this guy comes in, Christian, I think is his name, and he sinks it. Now, he did make it. It didn't look pretty. I'll say that. It looked pretty low flying.
Okay.
But it did the trick.
Yep.
Let's just say he probably wouldn't have made it from 27 yards or something.
Well, that was my next question. As soon as somebody makes it, you think they should add another 5 yards on? Say, if you make this, maybe another 5K.
I like
you make
that.
this, you're on the team,
right.
Something like that.
Yes, make this. You now have an NIL deal.
Sure.
You're making recurring revenue here. I think that's decent. They used to have punt, pass, and kick competitions for children back in the day. They probably still doing them, but I'm no longer a child. But yeah, I think let's get it going. Let's make that happen.
Yeah. Of course, when my friend was telling me about that, the band member throwing the pass, all I could think about was imagine being that person and like dropping the pass do you think you could get cut from the band for dropping a pass from a football?
I think that's grounds for dismissal. For
Maybe.
Sure. Dishonorably
Expulsion?
discharged. Yeah. You got it. With everyone watching.
Yeah.
Everyone that's not at the concessions or at the restroom or
taking that break.
Anything. You're supposed to be the Cornhusker Marching Band is the pride of all Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
And if you drop that, they would maybe lose that title. So that would
we already know how we feel about our actual football team.
Right.
So
yeah, a reenactment that is not much better. It is, that is kind of an interesting move. Like, hey, we're losing, but hey, here's this discount replay from years ago. So, there's still some hope there.
I think, I don't know. I feel like learning a new routine every week,
that's insane.
Got to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, like, in my, I can't remember if I mentioned this to you or not, but yeah, in high school, I wasn't in the band, but the band, it learns one program, maybe in a semester, or I think probably a year. And at the end of the year, it's looking nice. Here, yeah, every single week, it's a new thing. It's like, I frankly, I had forgotten about this second home game. I'm expecting to see the same routine again.
Sure.
And I'm not mad about it, for sure. And then they whip out a whole new one. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's insane.
Definitely. Utmost respect. I could not. Mainly because I couldn't remember all of that. Right. But also just because I can't play an instrument.
Yeah, no instrument.
And the pressure and a number of other factors. But the first thing, mainly.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe some tendonitis. It's a strenuous task. But we'll see. This week was a little bit different, not only in that we lost by a lot, but we also had kind of the eyes of the nation on us.
That's right.
So had a little Big Noon Kickoff.
That's right.
Which is kind of Fox's pregame show. ESPN probably started it with College Game Day. It's definitely the more popular version. But yeah, Big Noon Kickoff was coming here. We're like, all right, let's go. Last time we had a similar program. Again, it was College Game Day, our freshman year. And we lost.
I think I know where.
Horribly.
Yeah.
To Ohio State.
That's right. I was thinking about that too.
Yeah. Yeah. I also left that game early. Yeah. It's like, well, that's maybe bad news bears for us, but at the very least, it'll be a good time before the game.
Yep.
So they came in, they were setting up pretty early in the week.
Very early.
Yeah. Right outside my homestead here.
That's right. In fact, they just had boxes of their equipment kind of lined up like along your walkway to get into your place.
It was, yeah, right outside my crib. I
was a little actually concerned that they were having this like supposedly very expensive equipment just left out like in these crates, just in the open for nights on end.
Right. Well, they did have some security people there.
Really?
You probably didn't see
I wasn't here for during the late hours of the night.
By security people, I mean, kind of a middle-aged man in a lawn chair just sitting out there. I'm like, are you with the crew or what? Like, is this an official role for you?
He's a volunteer.
Or like, what is this? What you do? Like, all right, I'm walking somewhere to get some pizza or something, and he's just sitting there looking at me. Occasionally getting up out of his chair to try to stop some people.
Shoo some people away.
Yeah, exactly.
You're too close.
Hey, stand back. Yeah. So he was keeping it on lockdown. That's
2
for sure.
2-foot minimum.
Yeah.
Talking about walking, it was very inconvenient. I remember the first day they set up, all I was trying to do was cut. It's not even cutting. It's the sidewalk.
Going the normal way.
Go the normal way towards our union, which is about directly across from where we are now.
Yeah.
And they said, right this way, sir. Yeah. Right. Please go this way. I was like, this is adding an extra minute, maybe 30 seconds to my walk.
Yeah.
So, like I said, a major inconvenience.
Yeah, exactly.
But
it's like, no, sir, I don't think you understand. Yeah. I'm actually going this way. I'm actually, I don't think you understand.
But get on into the later days as they're setting up that they've got this whole stage and they've got like a crane for the camera.
Yeah.
And these kind of, I wasn't there during the actual day, but I assume separate booths of like activities or I don't know.
So many activities. Well, yeah. So yeah, they had a big old Wendy's biggie bag out there, which I think was maybe supplying breakfast. I don't know. I also heard that they were it was all for show and they just had empty bags. I don't really know. That might have just been for the cameras. They do that? For the cameras, for the product placement.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they didn't really have activities per se. They did have a DJ stand. that Ronnie Green got up on at one point.
Oh wow.
Spinning some tracks.
There you go.
DJ Rontron. And so he was up there. But this is during the day. I should say that I went to Big Noon Kickoff. I went to the show. That was during the show. But yeah, beforehand they have all these screens set up, and those screens did not turn off at night. So it was just always running.
You're like,
clips and whatnot.
You're trying to sleep. Like, what is that like?
What's going on?
Like, oh, it's the Big Noon Kickoff again.
Yeah. Those Big Noon
Those darn kids.
Yeah. I mean, there was some I don't know, not apathy. And in fact, the opposite of apathy. There were some members of the community that were kind of negative towards the setup, just in that the inconvenience and all that. And the noise, that also,
the noise, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. It sounded like they were dropping metal rods on the ground, which they might have been doing.
Seems pretty likely.
Around about 8 a.m. or earlier. When
what I noticed was someone. I was just walking to, again, I think the Union.
Yeah.
And there's this woman on a microphone, and she's just having a conversation with somebody. Sure. And I'm like, do you have to do that?
Are you talking to me?
You have to do that on the microphone?
Yeah.
And I look, and she's talking to somebody right next to her.
Like, you don't need.
It didn't seem like a sound test.
Right.
That's the only reasonable situation where I think you could do that. But just turn off your microphone.
That's definitely one
Maybe
of the.
Was it a hot mic situation and she didn't mean? Everyone's looking like, oh, gossip.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly. It might have been. Definitely not one of the ideal times to have a mic on. But yeah, I there are worse times. That just reminded me, like, growing up, there was times during our confession in the Catholic Church where the priest forgot to turn off his mic.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the worst times to have the mic on.
I would say that's probably like top 10.
Yeah. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But so it could always be worse. But yeah, I in this case, unless that person has maybe a hearing disorder or disability, yeah, probably turn off the mic. Because you're giving the rest of us some hearing damage, maybe.
That's
depending
right.
on the volume. But anyway, yeah, big setup, big event, leading up to it. It's a whole thing. Anyway, yeah, I went out there, got in the crowd, got on TV,
oh, wow,
a couple times. So yeah, I was deep in there.
Did you get a t-shirt?
No
I know
t-shirt.
A few people that I know got one. You're not one of them, apparently.
I am not.
But
I am not. No, they did throw some out, but yeah, I did not get that. But
I know you're definitely lacking of corporate t-shirts. So.
I am, yeah.
We've got a career fair coming up where we'll probably score another 5 or 10. So yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully. I will say the kind of the club fair this year was particularly dry on t-shirts, it seemed. Maybe I had unreasonably high expectations for that. But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's coming up. I was gonna say something else about Big Noon Kickoff, but I can't remember.
I can't read your mind. I don't know.
I wish you could. But
I'll tell you, in terms of Big Noon Kickoff and College Game Day, we don't really fare well on national TV.
We don't. No.
In any respect.
No.
But I mean, I think it's like you said, we lost pretty badly when they came. We lost pretty badly this time. In fact, I don't know that I went to either of those games.
Okay, so another common denominator, right there.
Maybe I did. I don't think I did. But unlucky? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it us? It seems possible.
It's not you. It is you, actually.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly. I can't remember exactly what I was going to say about Big Noon Kickoff, but I did have something leading up to Big Noon Kickoff. I Googled it for some reason and came across some reviews, some Big Noon Kickoff reviews of the past. These are more Google reviews, not associated to a place on a map, so that's maybe better. But I had a couple that I particularly liked. One, it's this big negative review and yada yada. Your commentators couldn't say one thing about the Huskers. How sad is that? And then it just ends with, I hope someone responds to me. Okay. I like that ending.
You tell me. Yes. Yeah. You come back at me.
I might start pulling that out more. Put a message out in the group chat. Say, hey, anyone trying to hang? I hope someone responds to me.
Wow.
It definitely pulls the goat card.
Yeah.
No one responded to her. That is quite unfortunate for her. But
you'd think her including that would really up those numbers.
You would
too,
think,
but
it never hurts to ask.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of a please clap moment. Jeff Bush.
Yeah.
Please clap. I hope someone responds to me. But anyway, the big the other one that I enjoyed, another negative review, but
not looking good.
It's not looking good. Negative review, Fox Big Noon. How many talking heads do you really need? 5? Geez, knock it down to 3. Anyway, it kind of goes on for a little bit. And then he signed his name, Hal Ruffner, at the end. That's when you know it's bad. Yeah. When someone's like, yes, I know this is tied to my Google account.
I'm forsaking my anonymity to tell you how much I dislike your 5 heads.
Yeah, I would like to explicitly put my name as a signature, kind of a John Hancock moment. Like, I want to make sure everyone knows who wrote this.
When they do reduce to 3 heads, they'll know it was my idea.
Yeah, they'll know Hal sent them. But anyway, so that was kind of the reviews on the internet.
That's great.
The reviews in the community, as I said, some negative. I personally like it though. It's a fun event. It's not something that happens every week. Thank goodness, or else we would be a much worse team because of it. But
and you would get much less sleep, presumably.
Probably some. But anyway, yeah. So that was kind of a big event this weekend. I would say.
Like I said, I would justify why I did not attend such a big event.
Yes.
And
I'm hanging on the edge of my seat here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you already know. But the listeners, maybe they know. I would say if I had one word to describe my weekend, I simply could not. Okay. Because I would need 2 words.
I would need 2, yeah.
And they would be business law.
Business law, yes. First, I was doing business. I was making money moves. Second, I got into some issues with the law.
Yeah, and
some of those business transactions were not strictly legal.
Got wrapped up in court, and they would not let me go to the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I presume
I plead the fifth.
Right. So that's all I have to say. Moving on to the next point.
Yeah. That's what I learned in my business law class.
Okay.
Is that you just have to plead the fifth and you're good.
Sure. Well, I don't know if you are doing too well in that class because I think that's only for criminal cases. So maybe if you're doing kind of white collar crime.
But you mentioned that there was a section on white collar crime.
Oh, okay.
So now I know all about embezzlement and all manners in between
and how to do it.
Yes.
And whatnot.
That was a pretty important part of the class was how to do it and how to not get caught if someone were to do it.
Yeah. Now we're going to teach you, in order to understand why this is bad, we need to teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
That actually kind of reminds me of my sister. No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
You remember 2008? She was there.
You ever seen The Big Short? That was legal, but the illegal stuff. You ever heard of Bernie Madoff? That's actually an alias. He was the fall guy for my sister. No, but she was a variety of majors, but she was kind of in the medical field. And in college, she took an organic chemistry class, and I think they teach you how to make meth. So a little bit of Breaking Bad action. She did go to school in New Mexico, so that might have contributed. I don't know. But
the lecture was just episodes of Breaking Bad.
Yeah. She said it was a class, but she was spending an awful lot of time.
By a Dr. White?
Yeah. Yeah. But eating a lot of chicken. Anyway, yes, the business law class was taking up your time.
That's right. And
I think I remember you talking about business law earlier episodes of the podcast, going at your own pace.
That's right.
Yes.
And I think, as we were talking about a few days ago, this was now a breakneck pace.
Breaking the neck, yes.
And how I described it was I was breaking my neck going between the videos. This is an online class to refresh.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lecture videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this guy talking, and he's got slides up, and I've got to get through about 25 of these.
25 videos,
within 2 days.
Right.
And so I'm looking at the video, I'm looking at my notes, video notes.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I had to put a Band-Aid over my thumb because it was hurting.
Goodness.
It was the contact between my pencil and thumb was hurting so bad that I couldn't write anymore.
Okay.
So I'll try to demonstrate. I know it sounds bad, and I'll admit it. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You can't really see it anymore, thankfully.
Yeah.
But the Band-Aid was just right around like this part of my thumb.
Wow.
So like that part that rubs against your pencil.
Yeah.
Was just it was aching. I won't lie.
Aches and pains.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
get some icy hot on
even
there.
with that, I had to take like some 10-minute breaks in between, just kind of waving out the hand.
Yeah.
Trying to restore some feeling in there.
Yeah. Doing some acupuncture or something.
Yeah.
Try to do whatever. Try to pull out one of those suction cup things that the Olympians are using.
Yep.
You're definitely trying to maximize your performance in that 2-day window.
So in all, I think this weekend I spent a total of, in the span of 48 hours, I would say probably 14 to 16 hours on business law.
Okay. That's quite a few.
It's a little bit.
Sure.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
And you might be wondering why. Why would you do this? It's because I had an exam that was due today.
Right.
I mentioned that to you before we started.
Yeah.
That I had just taken that. Mm-hmm. And I also had a paper due the previous day.
Sure.
So
a lot of kind of due dates right here. That just kind of stops you from, it stops you from.
It's kind of like a hurdle.
Right.
Except the hurdle is like 4 stories tall.
Right.
4 hurdles tall instead of 1. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't either.
It's a tall hurdle. That's what I'm getting at.
Sure. Yeah.
And so you kind of got to climb it instead of just jumping.
Climb it or use a pogo stick would be another option.
Yeah. Kool-Aid Man through it, which is kind of the method that I took.
Yeah.
It was really a brute force approach.
Oh, yeah.
It was really a brute force approach where I kind of just broke through the wall.
Yeah.
And it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
You see this building?
It wasn't clean.
I just took business law. Yeah. Let's just say that.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty, wasn't clean. It did hurt quite a bit.
Yeah.
Both mentally and, as I described, with the thumb physically.
You went thumb first through this brick wall.
Would not recommend.
No, absolutely not.
But we have braved the storm.
Sure.
in a metaphorical sense.
Sure.
And to be honest, I thought it was going to storm today, but it turned out to be very, very sunny. But that's kind of tangential.
Sure. Very tangential. Yeah.
I think we're not going to do that again.
Good.
We're not going to delay 4 weeks of a course only to catch up on 4 weeks within 48 hours.
Yeah. That's kind of the age-old saying that I live by. Do in 4 weeks, do in 4 weeks.
Yes.
Of course, using homophones to our advantage there, to kind of belabor the point.
Really, if I can use a phrase, I tried to have my cake and eat it too.
Right.
If the cake was business law,
all of a sudden the cake was eating me.
Sure.
And that was not expected.
Yeah.
Now I have diabetes, and that was a side effect that I was not looking forward to there. But
I'm not sure that's how that works. But
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you should take
nutrition 101.
Yeah, I don't know what class it would be.
Diabetes
doctor class.
Yeah, exactly. I'll reach out to my sister.
All right.
And we'll see about that. But
better call her.
Yeah. Yeah. My sister is Saul. No, it's anyway. I don't know. Maybe you could shed some light on this. I woke up this morning. Well, maybe I should start with how I went to bed. It was normally.
Thanks, because I was confused.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
sure. I mean, it's going to be pretty confusing.
Yeah.
Wake up and my thumb is killing me, specifically under my fingernail.
Were you doing business? Okay.
Maybe business while in my sleep.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I also hadn't done any work.
The underneath of your fingernail was throbbing?
For no reason.
Okay.
I mean, maybe for some reason, but none that I
Are
knew
you going
of.
to tell us?
No.
Oh, you still don't know?
No, I don't know. It just has gone away. But maybe there's some
if I can
voodoo
present
connection.
a hypothesis,
We might have an empathy link here.
maybe.
Yeah. It just.
If I can present an alternative hypothesis to that, although that seems likely.
Yeah.
But for me, maybe you were just sleeping on it the wrong way.
Yeah, sleeping on my fingernail.
And we talked about this. This had to be like at least 10 episodes ago.
Okay.
About how I imagined that my arm got cut off.
Oh, yeah.
Because of how I was sleeping. Did you have any dreams about your hand or your fingers hurting?
No dreams of that. Some other dreams that I can't remember right now, but I do remember that I had dreams.
Okay. I'll tell you, I had a dream where, again with my arm, I don't know what's up.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it might have also been, I was watching a TV show where the guy had something similar on his arm. So I think it was kind of an interplay between the two.
Okay.
I'm not
kind
a psychologist.
Link with him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like this entire part of my arm up to kind of my bicep was like horribly infected.
Oh no.
And like rotting.
That's not
It
good.
was really gross.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on with my arm here? It was all like green and stuff.
Yeah, the gangrene.
Yeah, I hope nobody's eating.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But
especially not like a leg or
right. Sure. I really hope not.
Cannibalistic tendencies.
Please don't do that. Yeah. That kind of I'm sure it was not this case, but I saw an article once where a guy, when you look at his veins are green. So
his veins are green? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Mine are kind of green.
It's kind of a Dr. Seuss rhyme right there. That's kind of the unreleased version.
I remember that one
of Green Eggs and Ham. But anyway.
What do you mean by? I mean, mine are like blue green. I feel.
Oh, blue green. There you go. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I feel like is that bad?
Is it a joke? Do I need to get this checked out?
Looking at my veins, like, is there something wrong? I feel like they're okay.
I think, and this was decades ago.
Are they supposed to be visible?
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be visible, but it just has something to do with his skin. He had a skin condition.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Not in a bad way necessarily, but there was a condition where his skin showed his veins as green. I don't know, something with light, and I'm not really sure. I'm not a doctor, but I don't know how to make meth. Let's just say that.
Yeah, back to that doctor class.
But anyway,
interesting.
That was a while ago.
Well, I'd say I hope you figure out what happened to your thumb, but I think you probably will never know.
Yeah, and so
maybe just live with it, and sometimes it's okay not to know. Yeah,
that's a good takeaway, I would say. I guess kind of on that note, a little bit. A little while ago now, I went to an escape room. I went to an escape room in the mall, at the mall, here in Lincoln, Gateway Mall. And it was a good time. I'm a big fan of escape room. What's your take on escape rooms?
I love them.
You love them?
Yep.
All right. There we go. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, it's just a fun puzzle, kind of mind game activity. Fear of being trapped in there forever. Sure. Yeah, that certainly plays a role for sure. And this escape room did have elements of fear that we knew that going into it. But anyway, it's an interesting place. It's run by there's just one guy. He runs the whole place. He's the kind of host that you check in with. Starting to sound like Saw. And then he's also kind of an actor in the definitely starting to sound like Saw. Yeah, and we were playing a game, and there were a lot of elements. I actually haven't seen Saw, so I can't draw on much knowledge base there. But anyway, the escape room is called House of Things. And I was curious. I'm like, this is a very vague name. What kinds of things? Right. Yeah, exactly. A lot of times with escape rooms, you'll have a theme, right? There's one that's run by, I guess, the same people in Omaha. That's like you're at a cafe and there's a bomb in there or something
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh.
I don't know. But anyway, this one, yeah, it's like House of Things. All right, elements of fear. We'll find out. We'll figure out along the way as we go in. And he's explaining it to us. He's like, you have these neighbors. You have these mysterious neighbors, and they invited you over for dinner, and you knock, and there's no one home. And then you walk in, and the door locks behind you. And so that's kind of the setup. And we went through, and we did escape. Not to flex there, but we did have one of the top times with limited hints. So put some respect on her name. And I got out, and I'm like, I still don't know. In fact, it was a very accurate name, and that it was a House of Things, just nothing more.
Most houses are.
Yeah, just nothing like it.
I've got an issue with the premise.
Okay.
You knock and nobody answers, so you just walk in?
Yeah, well, door's unlocked, so might as well.
I guess.
Lights are off.
I feel like if I were to do that with my neighbor, I would probably know him pretty well.
Sure.
And they wouldn't be mysterious to me anymore.
Yeah. Well, they invited you, so that means you walk in.
Gotcha.
If they invited you and they didn't want you to come in, they would probably lock the doors. But
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, there's, when I thought back to it, I didn't really think about it in the time. It's like, all right, we got to get out of here. We got to escape.
Mm-hmm.
But in a much more real sense, there was no real motivation to escape. What's going to happen to us?
Not like someone's going to come and kill you or anything.
There was no indication of that.
For all you know, they're out of the grocery store getting stuff for the dinner.
Yeah, they're going to be back anytime. So it could be an hour, could be more, could be less. But anyway, there was kind of, and this guy's like, yeah, there is a housekeeper there that will help you, but he has to get paid or something like that. So here's his Venmo, and no, it wasn't actual money. He gave us like coins. That was like the hints. What? That was kind of the hint mechanism.
You're paying your neighbor's housekeeper.
Hey, we need hints. The housekeeper's like, why do you want to get out of here? Yeah, they're going to be back. They're coming back.
They wanted you to wait while they make dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually just in the other room in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. So
that just sounds to me like you're paying your neighbor's housekeeper because they haven't paid him. He's been doing work all day and expecting a paycheck.
Yeah.
And you kind of get out of an awkward situation. He's coming to you. He's like, these guys haven't paid me. Like, I've been working so hard, and you get out of in an awkward. You're like, oh, that's so right. Here's a 20 or whatnot.
Yeah. The housekeeper comes along with one of those square point of sale systems and turns the screen around. That's the tip. You leave a tip. He's like, no tip. It's like, all right. Well, it's like 20% recommended.
That's half my wages, but hey, no issue here. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And that's not it though. So we're like, all right, there's this housekeeper. If we need a hint, whatever. And so we get in there, and I guess this is a little bit of a spoiler alert. So if you're going to go, keep this in mind. But anyway, we're kind of solving clues. I'm solving clues, whatever. Not me. I did very little to contribute to the effort, actually. But
you're too busy trying to figure out the intricacies of why you're here and why you need to escape.
I'm just sitting down at the dinner table, like, let's go.
What's on the menu?
Yeah.
What
do we have here? What do we have? But anyway, so I'm kind of looking around, and all of a sudden I hear a scream behind me. It's a very prolonged scream. I have enough time to turn around and look and comprehend what's going on, and then the scream dies down. And there's kind of this figure there. It's the same guy that checked us in at the front. He's the guy who's running this whole thing.
Okay.
But he's in kind of a costume. He's got like a skeleton kind of mask on, in a black robe. And so I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of the element of fear there. Like that's just kind of a jump scare thing. And then we kind of keep going, and we ask for a hint, and the same guy comes out, and I'm like, that's the housekeeper? What? But he looks like he's supposed to be dead. He's supposed to be like a ghost or something based on the costume. So I don't really understand how that tied in. They have an undead housekeeper who works for tips.
That's why he's not getting paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
So it was pretty intriguing. It was a fun time.
What's the income tax in the afterlife?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he's got it's no income tax, but the sales tax, the property tax is through the roof. But anyway, that's just like
interesting.
Texas.
I gotta say, I've never done an escape room where there's been a outside human interacting.
Yeah, it was a different kind of element for sure.
And nonetheless, an undead human interacting.
Right. Yeah, that's just
crazy.
is a whole nother level. But yeah, that it was definitely unique. It was good because it's not like he was definitely like. It was really just that time that was kind of the jump scare. Well, there was another, but it's not like he was trying to get into. It wasn't like a haunted house, where you got people trying to jump out at you and like, claw you or whatever, But yeah, it was just sprinkled throughout. It was a tasteful amount of scares and whatnot. So that was kind of.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah.
I know I was invited. I seem to be missing a lot of your events lately.
Sure. You never come to my soccer games or baseball or anything. It's
going back to the fruit party that we talked so much about before.
Yeah.
I also mentioned this to you, I think, before we started about how my food situation is getting kind of sparse. Need to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
So in one of these late nights doing business law, getting pretty hungry.
Sure.
But I need something quick because I got to get back to the business law, obviously. So I'm looking, there's not really anything going around, but there are some grapes.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, man, grapes are so good.
Yes. Thank you.
So good. Preach.
That's what we like. That's what we like to hear.
I'm not a prophet or preacher.
Right.
But grapes might be the next big thing.
Yes. You're gonna want to get some of this early
get on
release.
This train.
Yeah. Grapes are good. Now, it definitely depends on the grape.
Sure.
There are some grapes that I don't get behind. I don't know the exact kind. They're like, you've got your red grapes, which are actually purple, and you've got your white grapes, which are actually green. And then these grapes, they're like a darker purple.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't like those.
I'm not a huge fan of those either.
I don't like those. They're like
I'm on your side.
They taste weird. I don't like them.
These were red grapes.
Good.
Which are actually purple.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I haven't had the white grapes, which are actually green, in quite a while.
Sure.
But I remember them being fine.
Right.
So
yeah, they get a pass.
Yeah.
They can
Tier
come in.
list is definitely
red.
Now I'm confused. Red, but actually purple. White, but actually green. Violet.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's the tier list.
Anyway,
so
I think I might have some more tonight.
Good.
I might. I got some left over.
Don't deprive yourself of grapes, Ryan.
I just wanted to bring that up in case anyone was thinking about having a snack.
Yeah.
Maybe consider some. I think maybe people already do this.
Yeah.
And this is not a revelation. And that's probably pretty likely.
Sure.
But when I want to reward myself with sugar, I'm going candy.
Right.
Straight to I'm doing chocolate, some sort of sour combination. I don't know. Anything of that
sour
nature.
Skittles,
sure.
Gummy worms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
Nerds.
Oh, yeah.
Pixie dust.
Yep.
That sort of thing.
But I think fruit is just as good.
Yes.
Like, maybe this is also bad. I normally don't eat that much fruit.
Yes.
But it's so good.
This is exactly.
And it's sweet.
You would have loved the fruit party, Ryan.
I feel
this
like
is exactly.
I didn't really get it when you were telling it to me, and now I get it.
This is why we do it. You know, it's incredible. I'm a fruit evangelist. I'll say that. I still don't eat enough of it, but we'll have to throw another fruit party here, and we still got the balloons.
I'll make sure to attend this time.
We still got some, blown up. You can kind of see in the bottom part of the screen here. One thing about balloons, obviously, I'm still a big balloon advocate. We were playing with it in the moments before we started this. And I think that's kind of integral to our process here. One thing that you do need to keep in mind if you keep the balloons around is that it will make the room smell strongly of latex at any given time.
Yeah. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah,
Couldn't quite place it.
That's the balloons. Yeah. It does make it so that I'm never excited to come into my room necessarily. And I'm also wary of inviting other people into my room.
It gets you out of the house.
Yeah. The first, that fruit party episode, when you came over, I sprayed some Febreze in here to try to mitigate the scent.
Okay.
I didn't want you kind of judging on that. But I've given up now. I don't
walk in like, does it always smell like this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes. But anyway, yes, I'm 100% with you on the fruit. It's making a second. It's making a second wave.
It's making a comeback.
I don't know when the first wave was.
Don't call it a comeback, but
it's coming back.
To see them in stores near you.
Yeah,
pretty soon here.
They are really hitting the market.
So, listeners, maybe next time you're going to reward yourself with a sugary. Wow, that's hard to say. Sugary treat.
Yeah,
it's not hard for you.
No, I've said it many times as I'm pitching fruit to other people.
That's right.
To my peers and whatnot.
Consider having some fruit, because not only is it a reward, but it's also it's a reward for your body. I don't know.
Yeah, not only is it a reward, it's also a reward.
Yes,
and that's the best part of it.
And it's double or nothing.
It's fruit or nothing. Yeah, absolutely. I think grapes are a good kind of intro to fruit.
It starts small.
Yeah.
You work your way up.
Yeah. Then you move on. You got the cherries.
Yep.
You got
strawberries.
You got the mini oranges.
Definitely tangerines.
Yeah. Then you keep going. Then you're having whole watermelons.
Oh my gosh.
That's where I'm at. And then some. Next up is pumpkin, and that's going to be a little bit. Well, it's fall, so it is that.
It is pumpkin season.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm starting this in the hopes that I remember along the way. I saw something that had a pumpkin flavoring recently where I didn't expect it.
And it seems like you didn't remember.
Yeah, still don't remember. So
yikes.
Anyway, that's fall's coming up.
If you see something pumpkin flavored that you didn't expect, leave a comment.
Leave a comment in the
that's
YouTube.
What
Yeah. I'll let you know if you were right or not.
Nathan's memory.
Yeah, exactly.
He actually remembers. He just wants to see if you can get it.
Yeah, we're trying to bump up the audience engagement here. So pumpkin flavored things is what we're going for. I guess one thing as you go into your fruit endeavors, you're going to want to eat it quickly, as I mentioned, although not as quickly as I thought. I had those cherries here for a while and they were still good as far as I'm concerned. Probably longer than they should have been.
Storage, I think.
Yeah.
As long as your storage is good, it'll last pretty long. The grapes I had gotten quite a while ago, actually.
Sure.
And it's just every time it was like, I got other stuff. I'll put those off.
Yeah.
For when I really deserve it.
I got chocolate. Now I'm out of chocolate. We'll go for the grapes, I guess.
Exactly. And it had reached that time.
Where do you keep it? Are you just put them in the fridge? Do you put it in the fruit basket in the fridge?
These were in the fruit basket.
In the fruit basket.
I gotta say, I think the fruit basket works wonders.
Really?
Okay. It is a big difference maker.
I think maybe we should run a little scientific experiment. Outside versus inside the fruit basket. I'm not completely
outside versus inside the refrigerator.
Sure, that too. I'm not entirely convinced that the fruit basket helps. I don't know. I guess it depends on the settings in your fridge.
Maybe.
But
I think there's humidity.
I'm a fruit basket skeptic. But yeah,
sure.
You think it's lower humidity? Is that what it is?
I think some refrigerators at least have that setting.
Okay.
Where the inside of the baskets, you can change the humidity level.
Yeah, I think that is it. I don't know if you want more or less.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah. All I know is if you leave peaches out on the counter, you are going to want to have them in some sort of container.
Yep.
Because they will just kind of spill the juice everywhere as you don't eat them in time. Which, yeah. Also, if you're getting peaches, don't put them at the bottom of the bag because they're going to get crushed and then some of them will be unusable. Anyway, we're always going into this expiration dates. I am a little skeptical on expiration dates, Ryan. At least some clearly. Milk, you might need an expiration date, but it also it lets you know. It lets you know when it's done. And you're like, all right, we need to get rid of this. One thing that I'm not sure needs the expiration is the salt shaker. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. I didn't notice this until today, but on the bottom of the salt shaker, it's got an expiration date of like September of last year. I just don't understand how salt could expire.
I'm not sure either.
That doesn't really make sense to me.
I was hoping you would explain.
No explanation here. Just
isn't it just a mineral?
Seems like it. I don't know what kind of salt they've got in there. I presume it's the regular kind, but
the only thing
I'm just saying, be careful about sprinkling salt.
I'll check my expiration dates at home.
Yes.
The only thing I can think of is maybe the added iodine is making a difference there. I know that
could be.
That's an additive these days.
Yeah.
So, but does iodine have an expiration date?
Iodine to know.
I'm not,
but I don't know. The pepper also is expired there, which that makes maybe a little bit more sense. Maybe it's not as poignant. Not poignant. I don't know. Pungent. That's not it.
No, I mean that's better, but still,
we're working there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Potent. I think that is what I'm maybe looking for in terms of the spice level. And it is spicy. So.
Have you had pepper?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Say, would you like some spice with your eggs or no?
Yep.
But anyway, that's my skeptic of the week. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my hand. This is a perennial problem. My hand is cramping a bit.
Sure.
Specifically, my wrist. Well, I think it's the way that I'm kind of holding the mic. You know, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But it's just right in there.
We haven't maybe done enough conditioning on this. For the first 13 episodes or so, we went with the mic stand because we were over Zoom. Now in person, we're going with the handheld. It definitely takes a toll. I've switched hands a couple times this episode, so
yep,
that's something to consider. Ryan, I am in a criminal justice class, as you maybe remember, and we've got these online readings. This book that I'm going through, and I am going at the prescribed pace, but it is an in-person class, so maybe that makes a little bit of a difference. But I came across this picture here, and it was on this section of like basically how do we mitigate crime, and one of them is like general deterrence, basically, where it's like you try to make it so that people know that you don't want to commit this or else this will happen to you. And as one example, they've got this picture of this woman on a street corner in Texas, for what it's worth. And she's holding a sign, and it says, let me pull up what it says. She's holding a sign. It says, "I stole from a 9-year-old on her birthday!" ! "Don't steal or this could happen to you!" ! And I get what they're trying to go for there. In that it's like, yeah, you're kind of publicly shaming her. It's kind of an old-timey
Scarlet Letter.
Yeah, exactly. They are scarlet lettering her. My first thought. The letters were black on the sign, but
and there were a lot of them.
Yeah, yes, the black letters. It doesn't have quite the same ring or recognition to it. But I'm just saying, it doesn't really read like there's much remorse in there. Like, I stole from a 9-year-old on her birthday. It screams of excitement.
Yeah,
and it doesn't. It makes me want to steal from a 9-year-old on her birthday. This could be you. All right, let's do it. Let's find a birthday party. So I don't know how effective that is necessarily, but it is, a nice break when you're reading through the criminal justice textbook.
Sure. Getting a little dry, talking about proceedings and whatnot, and then you finally get to
say it's having the time of her life.
Yeah.
She's
get me to a birthday party quick.
Yeah.
Specifically one with 9 candles.
Yeah. Exactly. I guess it kind of reminds me of not the flautist, the recorder guy outside the union. He's bad at fantasy football, but now he wants money for playing the recorder good. Well, that makes sense. But he's going to leave? I don't know.
Yeah. People drive by and start cheering.
Yeah.
He's going to go steal even more money from even more children of 9 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That would have been another option that the judge I stole from a 9-year-old on her birthday. Give me $20 at this Venmo address and I'll leave. And she's playing the recorder.
Yeah.
That would have been another option. Also, probably not as effective because you would have been giving money
to
people. But anyway, that's maybe we should adopt it, but probably not. But there's a lot of things we don't know. Let's just say that
we don't know the facts. Did the 9-year-old deserve it? For one,
there's a lot of variables here. Yes.
Yeah. Was it a spoiled birthday party?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. How bratty was this? Did she talk back to you?
Yeah.
Did she have it coming?
Did she need the money?
Right.
So
I stole from a 9-year-old on her birthday. She had it coming though.
You should have seen her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the other side. It could have been kind of it's one of those sign twirlers. I don't know if you've seen one of those in the flesh, but on the other side of the sign it said she deserved it or something like that.
Oh, I was thinking one of those sign twirlers. Birthday party is that way. Go get some money.
Yeah, exactly. Free money.
This way.
Yeah. It's like stealing money from a 9-year-old. That's sort of the thing. Yeah. So that's kind of,
That's interesting. Well, I got to say, my business law textbook did not contain any similar signage, but I wish it had. Might have made it a little more bearable.
Yeah. It would have been good.
Well, that wraps up our episode, Nathan. Thank you for joining us on this journey of episode 16.
Yes.
To be named. Not sure yet, but we'll figure something out.
Yes. We are coming to you from after the intro now and after the episode.
That's right.
So that's how you know you've made it.
This was pretty much recorded in order.
Yes.
At this point.
Yeah. So, no, this is actually at the end of our recording. But
anyway, leave a review if you enjoyed.
We are on the road to 13 reviews on Apple Podcasts. So maybe
we can get up to like the same number of reviews as episodes. That'd be good. That'd be a landmark.
So help us get there.
Let's make it happen.
Boom.
It helps because I'm double jointed.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm single jointed, so
see that?
Wow.
I mean, I don't think that's that weird. But
twisted.
I feel
that's pretty weird.
No, that's pretty weird. I'm on your side here.
If you want me to reassure you, I'll do it.
You can't do that? Oh, no, you can't.
My shoulder kind of really.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I mean,
not that it was a competition.
You're pretty weird.
I'll admit it. Twist my arm, literally. But I'm pretty weird.
Yeah. Twist my arm and call me weird.